What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we're once again back here with another Blazers video slash rebuild. We just did one 3 days ago, and I didn't think I'd be making another one anytime soon, but of course we got some breaking news. We all knew Damian Lillard got bought out by the Milwaukee Bucks, and I wasn't even sure if he was going to sign anywhere this offseason at all, whether he would sign somewhere like Boston, Minnesota, or something along the lines of that, or if he would wait a year and then sign after that. But instead, he has decided to come back to the Portland Trailblazers on a 3-year MLE deal. No trade clause, player option the last season. As a Blazers fan, and of course, as a Damian Lillard fan, you guys probably already know I'm extremely happy about this. I'm sure ring culture is having a heyday with this, but let's go ahead and talk about the idea of what this could mean going into the future of the Blazers. Damian Lillard being back. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get them all out, but let's jump in and rebuild the Portland Trailblazers after they just brought back Damian Lillard. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. If you want to help us reach that goal, that would be absolutely amazing. As you guys know, I don't exactly remember how long ago it was, that whole summer where there was a Damian Lillard trade request and all the drama that there was. I did a few streams. You guys probably knew how in denial, how heartbroken I was. That I knew that my favorite player, the reason why I started watching basketball, the reason why I love the Blazers, was Damian Lillard probably was going to end up leaving based off how things were going back then. It was heartbreaking. I was in denial. It was horrible. And of course, he eventually gets traded. It was a horrible summer. He gets traded to Milwaukee Bucks. And now the Blazers got Jrue Holiday on that trade, and they send Jrue Holiday after they got. So basically, it's so weird to me. Like, what kind of wizardry is this where the Blazers trade away Dame and Jrue Holiday in the same offseason, and then they get all the assets that they have from it. They turn it into like Denny, Kamara, Robert Williams, Bucks picks. And then in this summer, they bring Jrue Holiday back by trading Simons, obviously. Well, Jrue never played a game for us, but you get what I'm saying. And then Damian Lillard comes back as well after he gets bought out by the Milwaukee Bucks. Very weird, very bizarre, but it is kind of interesting, I will say. As far as what this means for the Blazers in the future, I honestly have no idea. This raises a lot of questions. Like, what will Dame look like when he returns? Are they going to prioritize him as a starter when he comes back, or is he be coming off the bench? I think many people will have their opinions and point of view on how it should go, but it obviously will be up to where the Blazers are at that point. Is the team sold at that point? It's going to be very interesting to kind of see how this goes. But the main thing to be happy about is Damian Lillard is going to retire a Blazer, which all of us wanted as Blazers fans. Again, this probably isn't his best route to go win a championship, I will say. But he wanted to be close to his family. He wanted to retire a Blazer. And of course, I love him for that. That's awesome. That's why he's my favorite player. And I know some people are going to kind of hate the decision on him. And I totally get that for him, but I get that. And again, I don't know if it's his best decision, but it's a decision he has made. And I'm very happy to have had him back. But again, it's going to be so weird to kind of see what this roster looks like when he's back. Is Shaedon going to get extended? Is Scoot going to ever turn into the player that we want him to be? Or is Scoot or Shaedon going to eventually get traded and you'll have a Dame and Jrue backcourt? Like, it's going to be interesting. So we're going to navigate through this video and we're going to see what we turn this team into. So, oops, I'm using every single team still. So let me get off that really quickly. So let me get to the Blazers only. And then let me make sure I also have autosave on. No, it's on. Okay, it's off. Okay, so play progression. We have Shaedon Sharpe to an 84, Scoot up to an 83, Klingon up to an 82, Jeremy Grant up to an 80, 75, 75, and yeah, so that's basically it. So one thing we all know is Damian Lillard will be completely out next year, as we're all aware. So that's not going to be a problem next season. But the year after that is when the questions will start to be raised. Will that mean Sharpe doesn't get a contract? Does that mean he will? I think it all kind of depends on how he plays next season and how much he's going to be worth. But the biggest thing is you obviously don't have Dame making as much money as he once did. Back then we could never put a good team around Dame, but now we actually have some assets, so it's actually kind of cool to think about. I just don't know if he's like obviously going to be the #1 option. Probably not, right? Like, you would imagine he's not. We have no idea what he'll look like when he returns. I still think he'll be a really good catch and shoot guy. Probably will be able to score still, but obviously some of the athleticism and explosiveness will probably be gone. But proficiency, if we look at it, we're up to a 3.5 perimeter centric. So we kind of know what the starting five is going to look like this year. Jrue Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Kamara, Avdija, Dami Klingon, Scoot Henderson, Robert Williams, Jeremy Grant, and Chris Murray. So that very well could be the rotation, whether it's Jrue starting, whether it's Scoot starting, whether it's Sharpe starting. Who truly knows? But I guess I'm cool with this for now, and we'll leave it this the way it is. Last video, I did force Young Hansen in the rotation. I think this time around, realistically, I'm not going to. I think we're just going to simply let Robert Williams play the backup 5. I always trade him pretty much every video. I might actually keep him this time around because at this point, it looks like we're kind of going for things. And then I'm also just going to run a 9-man rotation and kick Chris Murray out for... Again, I did this last time, but I'm going to do it again with Ryan Repair. I'm going to have Ryan Repair play instead of Chris Murray. So that will be our rotation for this season. We'll see how it goes. I'm anticipating that we probably won't be a good team just like the last time we did this. Last time, this team got lucky and got the #1 overall pick. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because that would make things even more complicated to figure out in this video. But I've done enough yapping. Let's just simulate Season 1, and let's see how it's about to go. So at the end of year 1, Jokic wins MVP. Flag is Rookie of the Year. Scoot is your 6th man, averaging 20 and 4 off the bench. Not too bad to see there. Wemby's your depoy. Keita's your most improved. K is your clutch player. And Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. And Hobson is your executive. So I think it's safe to say we will not be landing the #1 overall pick. And I'll show you why in just a second. So unfortunately, we did not get into the play-in tournament. We were probably a couple games back. But we weren't that bad, actually. This is probably where I could see the Blazers maybe ending up in real life, fighting for a play-in spot, but 2 games back from finishing in there. We went 39 and 43, unfortunately, so just fell short. So here were your stats. You had 20 from Denny Avdia, 20 from Sharp, and 20 from Scoot. I mean, if you get that next year, I think you could feel pretty good. Grant had 14, not too bad. Giraldi with 13, 9 from Kamara, and then 7 and 7. One thing I did do, which, like I said, I never do this, is I actually extended Robert Williams. I trade him pretty much every video, so why not change it up and keep him this time around? I don't know if the Blazers would do that in real life, don't get me wrong, but every video, like clockwork, I trade him every single time. And, you know, I was like, screw it, let's just keep him this time around. Don't know what that'll mean for Hansen, Young, but the last video I had him in, as we're all aware, he didn't develop that well. So if he eventually gets better than Robert Williams, then of course we'll do something there. But for now, I'm not really sure how much of a role Young will have in this video, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But I do definitely in the future still want to do that video I talked about where I make Young a superstar. But the Atlanta Hawks going to win it all. They beat the Suns in 5. The fact the Suns made it to the finals, though, is kind of a crazy turnaround for them. The Jazz with Kevin Love's going to retire, and then LeBron's going to retire, Lowry's going to retire. I don't know why I pointed out Kevin Love first, but it's probably because I'm just kind of surprised he's still on that team right now. But okay, lottery time. Again, we're not going to be getting a top pick unless we just get extremely lucky here. I mean, we're projected, what, 12th best odds? So if we find a way to jump up to 1, that'd just be kind of crazy. But like I said, I'm pretty happy that we will not have that happen. So we get 12. So pretty similar to what the Blazers were picking at last year. Pacers get 1 after not having Halliburton first season. So that's pretty wild. The Chauncey will stay again for another year. Let's head to draft night and let's pick at 12. So what do we truly need to add to this team is the question. So again, we need to figure out what this is going to look like. So Dame, Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, and then Shaedon Sharp. Like, we could run all 4 guys together next year and just have a 4-guard rotation, of course. Like, you could do that in theory, which we may still do. It's just, and I also, of course, like last video, I extended Repair, I extended Kamara, and I showed you I extended Robert Williams. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to figure this all out. But let's go see if we can get it pick 12. I guess it just kind of depends on what's on the board. So, Peterson to Banza go 1 and 2. Boozer is going to go to Boston. Nate is going to go to Sacramento. Dash Daniels to Utah. Arenas to Memphis. Chris is going to go to Charlotte. Vicic, I mean, I'm kind of hoping to draft a 4. Yeah, so Caleb Wilson would have been nice, but unfortunately he gets picked. I did have him in the last Blazers rebuild, though, so maybe I'm happy we didn't get him this time around. So, going to go Kareem Lopez, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go Jaden Quaintance here. So, he's going to be the pick. Kentucky forward, 6'10". Let's go to our next pick as well, and let's see what happens here. So, we got an early second rounder. So, we got Hugo. I don't know much about the left remaining guys, but I guess we can kind of take, I mean, Boogie Flanders, I mean, we don't need another guard, though. That's my only issue with that. So, I guess we could take Maggie. I mean, we don't need a, I don't know. We kind of have a position ever. I guess I'll just go Hugo here at the top of the board. France, 6'11", forward. So, 71 overall, may turn into something. He may not. We'll see. Player option, Scoot, Klingon, and I'm going to decline Chris Murray like I did last time. I'm just going to let him go. And then qualifying offers, Jaden Sharp, Sadie Sissoko. So Sharp, I think I will bring back. In the last Blazers rebuild, I traded him away, believe it or not, which is very heartbreaking for me to do because I love Shaedon Sharp. But I'm going to keep him again this time, and we'll figure it out. I'm not saying he's safe again, but it's like I said, it's going to be kind of an interesting way to balance this team out. based off what they look like right now. But I'm curious to see what Dame is going to look like in his return, of course. So we're going to renounce pretty much everybody other than Shaedon Sharpe. Everyone else is free to go. So Sharpe, you will be brought back on the last day of free agency where we can get you for as cheap as possible. I mean, you averaged 20 last year. Efficiency could still be better, but I'm still going to keep you just for the upside, the potential that you do have. So again, going to take him to day 12 because I don't want to give him $40 million a year based off the efficiency alone last year. But if he gets for like 25-ish, something like that, I think I'd feel decent about that. Just got to make sure I don't renounce him. 2K, you're annoying when you do that, not going to lie. So I guess I'll give him a 4-year deal, and maybe 25 is right what I can give him. Flat rate, what if it's 3 or 25? Something like that. Let's see if he'll take that. So 25 million a year, don't sound too bad to me. So he's back. We got Damian Lillard regressing down to 1 overall. Sharpe's up to an 88, Scoot's up to an 87. And then you got Kling and Drew Holiday. Young's up to a 77. So again, if he slowly gets better than obviously Robert Williams, then Young will take over that spot. But all right, let's go look at the rotation going into year 2. And let's see what a 4-guard rotation is going to look like with Drew, Dame, Sharpe, and Scoot. It's going to be interesting to see how it works. We still have Jeremy Grant as well, not to mention, on top of all that too. So going to be an interesting rotation, to say the least, going into next season. I do think eventually a tough decision needs to be made. So Power has the 7th overall, and her proficiency is a 4-star. So here's what 2K is suggesting to us right now. They actually want to start Jeremy Grant, which is pretty interesting to me. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely not going to do that. So Kamara is listed at the 3 still, and they just simply have Grant over him, which I totally disagree with. So we're going to put Grant on the bench. So our bench is going to be fairly expensive this season. They have Scoot and Sharpe starting in the backcourt, which is understandable. Like I said, it's going to be kind of weird to figure this out on how this is going to look. But should be Scoot, Sharpe, Kamara, Avdia, and Klingon. They have a bench of Damian Lillard, which is Dame going to come off the bench when he comes back? I think there's a chance when he does come back right away that maybe that is the case. So I guess I'm cool with that. So Dame and Drew Holiday is your backup bench guard rotation, which is wild. Robert Williams and Jeremy Grant. So that is your rotation. So that leaves like Young, Repair, Jaden, the young guy, and Hugo out of it for now. So Power Rank has the 7th overall. They seem to be fairly high on us. Our perimeter centric does go down a little bit with putting in, you know, obviously Kamara over Jeremy Grant. But guess I'm cool with that. And your shot tendencies, Dame's is still high off the bench. Sharpe's is still low. Scoots is higher. And then Avdia's is low at this point. Unfortunately, I would love Dindy to have a high shot tendency in this video, but I think if I go too crazy and give too many high shot tendencies, like this team will just not do great. So I'm also going to push Grant shot tendency down quite a bit too. So something like that. And then I think that's good. So we'll see how that looks. Power Rank has a 7th overall. Will we end up being a playoff team this season with this rotation we have right now? So far, we're off to a good start. I mean, maybe we don't make any shake at the trade deadline. I thought we'd have to, but so far, this team is clicking on all cylinders. I guess maybe I'll just let this ride out to the playoffs. So right now, we're currently 27-24 at the trade deadline, and the team started to falter off a little bit. So I do think I'm about to make a tough decision here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Scoot's about to have to get paid. I might trade Scoot today just to kind of shift the video momentum towards Damian Lillard at this point. He's still playing extremely well. He has a player option next year that, you know, we're ready. I don't know. I'm not really sure if he's going to accept that, to be honest with you. I think I might force him to accept it just because I want him to be a big part of this video. In real life, I imagine he'll accept that, but I guess we'll have to see. And then let's see if he plays out another contract after that. I guess it kind of depends on how long he wants to play. But I do have kind of the perfect scenario lined up. This could slide Denny to the 3. You can have a Kamara, Denny, small forward rotation. So that's why I kind of want to go about this. So here is my thought process on what I'm about to do. We're going to go talk to the Grizzlies. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. Not John Morant, but Jaren Jackson Jr. I just got him the Pistons video, but he just makes so much sense for this team. He's on the trade block right now. He would fit our defensive identity. He would fit the spacing problem as well. So like Kling and him would be a good fit next to each other. He could shoot, which is, you know, important for, you know, what we need right now. So yeah, I just think he makes so much sense that I think I'm gonna go for him. So Jaren Jackson is gonna be the target here. So let's go see if we can make this happen. Now, we will offer them Scoot in this scenario, like I said, because we don't want to have to pay him. Obviously, we'll be paying Jaren Jackson. It sucks to lose him, and then obviously you have John Morant that they could eventually trade away, but that won't be my problem to deal with today. So Scoot, and then we need to throw in a big salary, which thankfully we have Jeremy Grant to do, and they just need to give us, you know, maybe one of their cheaper salaries that they potentially have, like Malachi Moreno, so something like that. Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant, and let's say the 2028 Magic pick that they, you know, gave us on draft. Now we just give that pick back to them. So something like that. And let's say maybe it's our, yeah, let's just offer this, see what they say. They agree. So just like that, the big decision has been made. We bring in Jaren Jackson to be the brand new 4, which, like I mentioned, that's going to move Denny to the 3. He's going to go up to an 88 in that scenario, which I love that for him. I like that. So now you have a rotation like Dame, Shaedon Sharpe, Denny Avdia, Jaren Jackson, and Klingon with Drew Holiday, Kamara, Robert Williams, and Young. Well, yeah, I guess Young is going to be getting those minutes right now. Although I don't know if we need Robert Williams and him playing, but hey, I guess if they wanted to play this season, we could put Jaden in that scenario instead. Maybe we should, potentially, just because Young and Robert Williams come off the bench together could be a little weird, but I guess I don't know much about Jaden either, so I don't even know if he's like I don't even know what his prototype is really at all, so whatever. We're going to roll with it. I will see you guys at the end of the season. We bring in Jaren Jackson Jr. instead of having Scoot Henderson, which is heartbreaking, but like I said, I think it was a tough decision that needed to be made, and it has been made. So at the end of year 2, Jokic with another MVP. DeBanzo's Rookie of the Year in Indiana. Jaden Ivey is your 6th man. Wim is your depoy. And Gigi Jackson most improved. Trey's your clutch player. And Kid is your Coach of the Year, and executive goes to Hobson. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. Here's our All-Rookie first, All-Rookie second. So it looks like Jaden didn't play enough to make one of those teams. We kind of put him in rotation towards the end of the season. But as you can see, we made the playoffs, or I guess at the midpoint in the season. So kind of funny that Greg Popovich is the assistant on this team, but it makes sense. He's obviously in the front office now. But yeah, I mean, I like how this team is looking already. We're the 5th seed in the West. We get to play the Spurs, so we'll see how that's going to go. But we had 26 from Damian Lillard, 21 from Jaren Jackson, 20 from Shaedon Sharpe, 14 and 7 from Denny, 10 and 3 from Drew Holiday, 6 and 10 from Klingon, and 9 from Kamara, 6 from Robert Williams with 6 rebounds, and 3 from Jaden. So I do think I'm going to go to an 8-man rotation ultimately in these playoffs right now. Let's go ahead and do that. So they will actually put Robert Williams in, which is interesting. I guess I don't hate it. So San Antonio in round 1. Going to be a tough matchup. So let's see what game 1 is about to go, how it's going to go. So we win 1-0. Good start on their home floor. Love that. Game 2 is going to go to them. So at least we got one in San Antonio. Now we need to try to take care of both home games if we can. So first home playoff game in quite some time since the Damian Lillard days. So they are going to win this one, though, on the road. So that sucks. So let's fix the rotation back up. So Klingon's to be back in. It's a big game 4 that we need to win to even this series to have a shot. Let's see if we can make it happen. It's been a close game. They've had the lead most of the game. But we will hang on to it towards the end. 44 from Damian Lillard. Again, Dame averaging 34 in the playoffs. I don't know how realistic that is at 36 years old. But, man, am I here for it right now. I love it. Man, this makes me so happy. Like, I just can't believe Dame is a Blazer already once again. Like, I thought it would be a long time from now when that would have happened. But, man, does it make me happy in the heart, I will tell you. Happy in the soul. So, we are going to win on the road as well. 142 to 139, 30 and 10 from Damian Lillard. I mean, the fact that if we could beat the Spurs, now, I will say it may be the Mavericks next, and we know how that goes, so who knows. But let's focus on Game 6, right? So, we're at home in Portland in Game 6. We have the lead right now. I mean, if we take advantage of this right now, we're going to the second round, and we will. We're going to win in 6, 29 from Jaren Jackson, 27 from Dame, 27, 23. It is probably Dallas in the second round. It is indeed Dallas, which they're always tough. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go Simcast immediately here. We know how tough this team can be in the 2K Sim. So, we're on the road in Dallas. Let's see if we have what it takes to potentially take them down and get a road win. I mean, it's been close, but they are going to ultimately win by 11 there. Okay, so game 2, let's see if we have what it takes to win on the road again. I mean, we got close last game. Can we win it this time? And no, we're going to lose both. I mean, we played them close both times, but ultimately fail. So we got to win game 3 at home or we're in trouble. So they've had to lead this game most of the game. Are we ever going to take it back from them? It doesn't look like it. We're going to go down 3-0. not totally shocked. The Mavericks, like I said, man, they're a juggernaut to deal with. Unless if we have the anticipation of coming back from 3-0, I think we're done for. I mean, I would love to at least force a game 5, but we're going to get swept by the Mavericks. So, unfortunate, but not shocking. So, Mavericks and Pacers. Mavericks going to win it all. They beat the Pacers in 5. Okay, so here are your retirements, but it was nice to see some playoff basketball back in Portland. Unfortunately, fall flat. So, the Bulls will get our pick this offseason, so that's actually correct. Memphis is going to get the number 1 pick now, so they can re-sign Scoot, trade Ja Morant, and have, what, Tyron Stokes? I mean, they could be off, although I've heard Stokes is not the perfect prospect. So, do we just keep Chauncey or do we go in a different direction? I think I'm going to go in a different direction and see if there's a new coach we can bring in. So, might as well offer Lou an offer. We can offer Quinn Snyder as well. See if we get any of these guys. So, Tyronn Lue actually chose us. So, yeah, sign me up. So, Tyronn Lue, welcome to the Blazers. And let's go to draft night. Do we have a pick? Not yet. I think that's next year. So, we might get a pick from the Bucks next year. We did trade that Magic pick away, unfortunately. So, we don't have that anymore. But it got us Jaren Jackson, so can't be too mad at it. Let's go to player options. We got Jrue Holiday accepting. We'll accept both of these. And Young will be accepted, of course, too. And then free agency. I don't think we have any important free agents to worry about. Yeah, nothing. So, I mean, we could sign someone if we wanted to. But right now, this is what we're looking at. So, Damian Lillard, Shaedon Sharpe, Jrue Holiday, Ryan Repair. We could probably move Jrue back-to-back a point guard at this point. And then Kamara Avdia, Jaden, Jaren Jackson, Klingon, and Robert Williams. So, yeah, I think I'm cool with this. I guess the only thing that I would look to do is like make a big move at the trade deadline if I wanted to. I don't think I'll be making a big move this offseason per se. We're going to be running Jrue one more time. He has a big expiring contract, so maybe we could do something like that. And then who knows what Damian Lillard is going to ask for when he's off this $14 million contract, obviously. He'll be 38. I don't know if he'll give us his bird rights. I'd love to bring him back. I was able to keep Bradley Beal successfully every time in the Clippers video. So, but yeah, the new addition to the rotation is going to be Jaden. So we'll see what he ends up doing for us. So I don't think I'm going to sign anybody else. I think we're just going to simply run it back and hope for playing in development, Sharp development, and Jaden development. That's going to be nice. And then maybe at the trade deadline, we use Jrue Holiday's contract for something. So Young and Jaden are both up. So maybe you could use Robert Williams to do something too there. Jaden is ready to contribute. Got Hugo jumping up 2 here. So yeah, I mean, Dame's starting to regress, which makes sense, obviously. Yeah, okay, I like this. So we'll see, man. Year 3 is coming. Year 2 of Damian Lillard being back in Portland. Obviously, first season he sat out the whole time, but and then of course we might get a really sweet pick from the Bucks next year. So there's a potential we're sitting on a very valuable pick at the trade deadline. Don't really know what else we could bring in. I feel like this team is kind of complete right now. I mean, if there was an upgrade to be made, I could try to make it, but I'm not really sure how much of an upgrade it would be. I mean, we have a good player in every position pretty much, so I don't know. We'll have to kind of see, but yeah, 89 overall. I guess the only thing you could say is if there was a better center out there, but I mean, I feel pretty good about our center rotation, so not sure. Not really sure, so we'll have to just kind of see, feel it out. They do want Young to play, which I guess I will let that happen. So let's see how it goes. Young's going to get some minutes finally. We're 4-star balance. So I will see you guys at the trade deadline potentially. Or maybe I'll just see you at the end of year 3 at this point. Of year 3, decided not to stop at the trade deadline because the team was clicking on all cylinders, man. We went 61-21. So Tyronn Lue, I think, made a big impact for this team. Phillips is your executive, but yeah, we were really good. We conquered the first seed in the West. No All-NBA teams for any Blazers or anything like that, although it would be cool to see Dame make it at age, what, 38 now or whatever he is. So I think it's 37 actually, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, the Bucks were actually decent, I think, because yeah, their pick wasn't that good at the deadline, so that kind of also hurt the idea of making some trade. But here are your stats. You had 25 from Dame, you had 20 from Jaren Jackson, 20 from Sharp, 12 from Deni Avdia, 11 from Jrue Holiday, 8 from Kamara, 7 from Robert Williams, and 7 from Young, and 6 from Klingon. So, unfortunately, Jrue Holiday will not be kept after this. So, this is our last ride with Jrue Holiday. If we don't win here, we're not going to have him next year. We just extended Deni Avdia. The team is getting really expensive, and then we're going to have to worry about trying to re-sign Dame, which I don't even know how successful we'll be in trying to do that. So, we'll see. But first seed in the West, I mean, I'm hoping we don't just randomly lose to an 8th seed, but wouldn't shock me if that happened for some reason. So, Phoenix Suns in round 1. I mean, they made it to the finals earlier, but we'll see. They got Rob Williams starting game 1. We do win, and we'll go up 2-0. So far, so good. Do they want to put Klingon back in yet? No, they're still cool with Robert Williams right now. Okay. Can we go up 3-0? Yes, we can. And we're back in the second round. Okay, now we get to play potentially the team we beat last year, but, I mean, I'm still scared of the Spurs even though we beat them last year. So Dallas and Sacramento are having a fight right now. Sac went up 3-2. Do they beat them? They do. Oh, my gosh. We don't have to deal with the Mavericks. Bro, we need to win against the Spurs again. I would rather be playing... So, okay, we'll just see how this goes, man. I mean, Young is also contributing, by the way, as well. He's playing right now. So, we got 2 centers come off the bench, which may be overkill, but whatever. Maybe when you're dealing with Wemby, maybe it's not. So, Giddey, Harper, Vassell, Cam Johnson, Castle, McCollum, Carter Bryant, Clark, and Proctor. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Game 1 is going to go to West, so beat them by 12. Good start. 31 from Dame. Game 2 is going to go to them. So, of course, they're going to even the series, or they even it up. So, we got to win game 3, hopefully, on the road. That'd be a great swing here. I mean, even though we beat them last year, like I said, I'm not totally confident in that being the case this time, and we are in some trouble. So, let's not go down 3-1. If we do, we're probably toast. So, got to win this road game, game 4. Why couldn't have last year been this year, man? We could have beaten the Spurs and had a ticket maybe to the finals. So, we're in trouble. As you can see, the Spurs are going to go up 3-1. So, yeah, we could be toast here now. So I moved it to an 8-man rotation. Let's see if we have what it takes to come back from 3-1. At least we get to start at home. So let's see. 1 game at a time. But they've had the lead most of the game, and I don't think we're coming back from that. So round 2 is as far as we've gotten so far. We'll see if we're going to be able to keep Dame. If we would have beaten the Spurs, man, we would have made it to the finals. I'm very confident in that. We would have had to play the Pacers with Levine, DeBanza, Walker. So I don't know how well that would have went. But the Spurs beat them anyway. So, damn, man. Unfortunate and disappointing. But okay. To the lottery we go. I don't even know if the Bucks made the playoffs. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I know they were in the play-in. So, they may have because I don't see us right now. Yeah, so I think they got in. So, unfortunately, that pick isn't going to turn anything special. They did get in. We have the 15th pick. Bucks have our pick from a pick swap. So, 15th pick right outside of the lottery. We're going to lose Drew Holiday, which sucks. But let's head to draft night. And we'll see if we can draft someone 15, and we'll try to... Ooh, one thing I forgot to totally do is I don't even know if Dame retired. He may have retired. Hopefully he didn't, but that's something I definitely just glossed over, which I feel stupid about, but nothing I can do about it now if he did. So let's go check if he did. Hopefully he didn't. Fingers crossed he didn't. So, wait, LeBron's just now retiring? What the hell? I thought he retired a long time ago. I mean, I don't think Damian Lillard did at this point. He didn't, thankfully. Okay, so we're good there. So Marty Barnes and Webb. That was the last pick in the second round, so we'll just take Marty Barnes here. We'll accept these, and then qualifying offers Moreno. Maybe we'll bring him back. Okay, so Dame, I assume. We don't have his bird rights, so it's not going to show that. Actually, it does show we have his bird rights. He's asked for $62 million, which is obviously very unrealistic. He's not going to get that at this point at 30 years old. I mean, unless I guess he was balling out the way he has been. Drew Holiday, we probably won't bring back. I mean, realistically, if Dame's going to play another year, maybe he just signs for the minimum. Although, like I said, it kind of is weird because he's balling out, but I don't expect him to average 24 at the age of 37. I don't expect that. If it did happen that way, that'd be quite crazy. But we're going to be losing Drew Holiday, unfortunately. So that's going to suck. But I do think we'll keep Dame, like I said. So I'm going to give him the 1-year deal, even though I don't think he would ever get this much money in real life like that at this age. But that's what we deal with when it comes to 2K. So again, Drew Holiday, probably can't realistically bring him back with, paying Dame. Again, realistically speaking, Dame's not going to get that much money in real life. But whatever, it is what it is right now. So do we have money to sign anybody? I mean, technically we could sign, not really. So I guess we'll just go to player progression and we'll see what Jaden's going to turn into. Again, I think we're at the point where, it's kind of hard to imagine being able to do anything as far as, it's kind of hard to figure out. Should I be moving Dame's contract to a minimum contract right now, or should I just roll with the $48 million because he's balling out still? I don't know, but that's where we're at. So, Robert Williams is starting to regress. So, at this point, Young is technically better than him. So, maybe it is time to trade Robert Williams away. So, that's what we'll go ahead and do right now. So, Robert Williams, it's been great. I actually kept you for a while. And this trade is perfect. Keon Ellis, welcome. So we'll do that first trade. I don't even need to look at the other ones because we needed a backup point guard. Keon Ellis fits the bill there. At least he's listed at point guard right now. So boom. All right. Well, this could be the final rodeo. Final chance to go win it all. We've gone to the second round twice. How much did Jaden develop? I didn't even really... Well, now we're looking at our Summer League roster. But he's up to an 82. Look at Humphreys all the way up to a 69. That's a huge jump for him. But all right. let's go look at the rotation for year 4, and we'll hope that this final ride could maybe end up with a ring for Damian Lillard in Portland. That's the hope anyway. We'll see if it works out like that. I don't know if it will, but we'd love it if it did. I made a 4.5 balanced system, so can't be too mad at that. So here's what we got. You got Dame, Sharp, Denny Avdia, Jackson, Kling, Kamara, Young, Jaden, and then, of course, we'll run Keon Ellis with that 9 spot. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like going to this final season. I don't think there'll be any moves to be made. I think this is basically it. So hope it works out. Pernick has his 9th overall, 4.5 proficiency. Not much more you can ask for. So I will see you guys at the end of year number 4. So at the end of this season, we finish up as the 3rd seed in the West, and we get to play the Clippers in round 1, which we just did a video on them yesterday. So now we got Dame, Sharp, Jackson leading the way with Denny at 12 points and 9 and 7 from Young and 9 and 6 from Jaden. So not bad. It's going to be interesting to see what the Clippers look like at this point. Lou's former team, of course, on top of that. So they have McCollum, Beal, Zion, Kawhi, and Zubac. Wow, what a weird team, but kind of looks cool. I mean, a CJ Beal backcourt is very weird, and then Kawhi Leonard still doing his thing. Zion now, Zubac. Like, this is a legit team we're going up against. So, I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous for this one, actually. So, game 1, gonna go to the Clippers, man. I would hate to go home in round 1, but Dame for CJ in the playoff series as well. We're up 2-1, though, thankfully, and we're up 3-1. We might be okay. We beat them in 5. Okay, we're gonna run into the Spurs again. This is the round 3 matchup for us. We beat them earlier in the video. Then they beat us last year. They have Achua now. They have Harper and Giddey still. So will it be different this time? Let's start the simcast early. So we're on the road in San Antonio. Big win if we get it. We were pretty much not even close to beating them last year. But right now we might win game 1 if we hang on to the lead. And of course we will not. We're going to let it up and they're going to take it. So fortunately, fall flat in game 1. We still have a chance to win game 2 and get a road win. Start off hot in the first quarter. I need that momentum to continue and carry. Do not blow this one, and we will get a road win. So big win. Now we got to take care of home court, and we are in prime position to win the series. Just got to win home court, man. It's that simple. So win the first and the second quarter, but they're still close to us, and they are going to take the lead, and we are going to blow it. Damn, okay. All right, well, I think we go 8-man rotation here. Let's start to get serious. I don't want to go home in round 2 again for the 3rd time in this video, but the Spurs may be doing that to us for a 2nd time in a row as well on top of that. Can we please steal this one? Thankfully, we hang on to that and tie the series. So we would have been down 3-1. This game is over. And funny enough, we had Young starting as well. So, hey, man, Hansen Young, he's doing his thing against Wembanyama. We got the France legend versus the Chinese legend. Let's see what comes out top in game 5. This is a big win if we're able to get it. Need it bad. I need it like I need air. Please. No, we're going to lose. Okay. Round 2 loss is starting to stare us in the face once again. It is starting to stare us in the face. So Dallas and Phoenix on the other side, they're battling it out. We need a big game 6 win right now. If we go home here in round 2 twice in a row, I'm going to be devastated. Please just give me a win here. All I need. Please, please, please. And we will win and force a game 7. Okay. All right. I need everyone to lock in. I need all hands on deck. Hands in the middle. Game 7. Got Phoenix and Dallas squaring it off. I need it, man. Like I said, I need this win like I need air. So we're starting off slow in the first quarter. Oh my gosh. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. We get blown to smithereens. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Okay. 75-111. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be getting Dame a championship in this video. We lose in the 2nd round 3 times in this video ultimately with Damian Lillard. So, I mean, it's possible that's what happens in real life. It's possible this team never gets to the playoffs again. Who knows? And, you know, realistically speaking, Dame's not going to average 28 at 38 years old. But hey, if he did, you know, that'd be awesome. But yeah, unfortunately going to fall flat. He's going to retire at 30 years old, ringless in this 2K scenario. Spurs win another one. We did all we could. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, am I happy that Dame is back in the Blazers jersey. Wish I could have gotten him a ring in a 2K simulation. Hopefully in real life it happens. Miracles do come true sometimes. But this is Crushables. Please have a great weekend. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.